Well, I finally got my extended saddlebags for my Harley. It's supposed to be painted in Vivid Black from FairingPlus. As you see, the box is not open yet. We're going to open it up and see what we have here. Got it shallow, so I don't scratch nothing inside. Let's see. Bags appear to be fairly well wrapped. Inside, let's take a look. Let me get this unwrapped and I'll be right back. Alright, they're finally unpackaged. Taking a good look at them. I will say that there was a heavy odor of like a paint when I was opening them and unwrapping them, so they are fairly freshly painted. For being a budget bag, they have a pretty darn good paint job on them, to be honest with you. There are some rough spots, but it would be spots like this, and to be honest with you, I think if I were to clean some of this stuff here, it just comes right off. So I actually think that's not bad. It's all black as it's supposed to be. It's pre-drilled. The paint looks pretty good on them so far. Right now it's nighttime, so I will follow up with another video what it looks like in the sun. I've seen another video of a review of this product online, and they complained of seeing shadow in the paint and some cloudiness. I've yet to see that with these. As far as the top lids go, the top rim is in good shape. It's not all scratched up and beat up. Inside of the bag still a little dirty, just needs to be wiped out. But I'm very impressed. They very much feel the same as OEM, same quality, and for the price I paid, couldn't be happier. Alright, so I'm taking these out in the sun now, and I know it's hard to tell on a camera, but the concerns I had after watching a prior video about the paint quality, not really having. This is in the full sun, and I'm not seeing anything other than the paint itself. As you can see, it gives off real nice reflections, got a nice clear coat. And for a budget bag, you know, being that it's not a $1,000 plus bag, very impressed. Now that I've really inspected both of them in the daylight, they both look really good. The back side's got a couple little things on it where the body work maybe wasn't as fine as the front, but you won't see that, so it's not that big of a deal. And like I said, I had a lot of concerns, and I'm actually very impressed by the quality. As you can see, the paint's pretty darn good on it. Alright, after inspecting them in the sun and being happy with the paint, I went ahead and I installed the hardware. I'm using my current stock lids and hardware on their bags. To give you an idea, this is a 2012 Street Glide, and this is what it looks like once installed. I'll show you from every angle here. I'm running Vance and Hines exhaust. And that's the way the rear looks versus the stock setup, which is still on the right. I think it's just a much sexier look, much cleaner. As you see with the stock setup, yes, you get to see your pipe, but you also get to see all the other things. I don't care for the look as much. So far so good. I'd probably recommend changing out the seal lids. As far as the weather stripping, the latches do shut and work, but they're a little finicky only because they're probably compressed to the old bags, but all the stock hardware works really well. So far no complaints. Doing bag 2 now. Just to add on to the last one, here's how the stock lids match up. They match just like the stock ones do, and as you see, it's hard to see inside here, but normally the stock lid would end here. You get a whole extra hand almost. You know, it's an extra 4 inches down times the entire bag. This is the only rough spot I've noticed on the bags, and being that it's on the underside inside, I don't consider that to be a problem, especially for the price that was paid versus some of the more expensive bags out there. The finish is okay. As far as the inside plastic, you know, it's not quite as smooth as OEM, but it's pretty darn good. And the thickness of the bags I have no complaints over. Well, I got both bags installed, as you can see, from just like the prior piece. Looks pretty good. Both are using stock lids. Here's what it looks like from the rear. And the inside matches up really good, which was some I had asked about, but it's hard to see from a photo. You know, whereas this comes across, it matches up pretty darn well. So that said, overall the quality, if you can see that on the paint, and to point out, this paint's not dimpled, it's not wavy, it does lay flat and pretty true. And these bags look really good. So for the price that I paid for them, I'm very content. I know there are higher end brands out there, and some of them may be a little thicker or things like that. But for the average guy who's just looking to you know, do it for looks and not necessarily be in a, you know, competition show or things like that, these bags with this paint I think are a very good value, and I have absolutely no issues that I've seen in other review videos, so I'm very pleased.